Hello generals, welcome to episode 11 of the Thailand series, and we continue our campaign in Africa with our bombers being the spearhead of our forces. And we are more or less established in Africa. However, by now we have decided, since we've seen that the European coalition is a paying coalition, so we cannot hold in Africa unless we have the help of our allies. As you can see, our allies have in the Gulf of Guinea like 10 ships with a naval officer and a super stack of 30 units sitting there for the past 2 days. So they don't seem to be eager to take part in this war. So, as we said in episode 10, we are now thinking of changing our plans. Delay them as much as we can. This continues to be our strategy, but we have to make new plans. And right now, I'm thinking of the Middle East. In the meantime, our UAVs are doing their job. They just spotted some multiple rocket launchers of the UK sitting there, and we start attacking them. They have no anti-air properties, so we can attack them even with our jets. And as you can see, I'm upgrading my UAVs to the highest level, so in order for me to have the stealth, let's say, properties that they have. And the UK continues to bombard our coastal cities, the peninsula, from the Andaman Sea. So I did not use my fleet. I don't want to lose my ships. My ships cannot do anything because I have destroyers and a few frigates. So I'm not gonna bother attacking the cruisers that he has, so I let him do his job, and I'm saving my fleet in order for me to attack at the right moment. In Africa, again, we go back there. The bombers are attacking the multiple rocket launchers, and we have found more units of the UK. And since we mentioned that it is a paying coalition, the one we're up against, I destroy them one airfield, and they just pay the gold and rebuild it in a few minutes. That happened with Sweden, if you remember from the previous episode, the 3 airfields. I destroyed them, and then he rebuilt them in a few minutes. And by now these guys got organized, the European coalition, and they have placed many saboteurs in my cities. They kept doing it for a few days until they found out that it doesn't have a real effect on me because I was more or less prepared, but it doesn't stop to be an annoying, let's say, action, and it takes you back a few days in your productions. And since they got organized, we have more of them joining the party. As you can see, now Norway joined the party. However, I know that Norway, from the news research I did, that he does not have any frigates. So I will try to attack him with my naval patrol aircraft, and I will move my fleet a bit closer. In the meantime, and as we mentioned in a previous episode, I lost my one of my bomber wings. I lost my 4 bombers on that move. If you remember, we mentioned it in a previous episode. I gave the order for it to attack, and Finland moved closer to the coast his elite frigates, and they eliminated my bombers, which is a really serious blow on my tactics. And if you are enjoying the content in our channel, guys, please consider subscribing, and if you can leave us a like, it would be much appreciated. Thank you for your support so far. And it's time for my naval patrol aircraft to attack the ships of Norway, just to give him a message that I'm still in the fight and I will not quit. And moving a bit forward, you can see that we have cleared the Horn of Africa and let's say East Africa. It's ours, our strategy worked, we delayed them, and at the same time we start shifting our interest in the Middle East to see how we can expand there, since we know we cannot win in Africa. And I started my research for that, and we'll see how it goes. And we're in day 40 and we're still leading the game, but I don't know how long this can continue. In the meantime, the European coalition started attacking Myanmar, our weakest ally, let's say. Okay, the weakest is North Korea, but Myanmar is crucial. So I have second thoughts now of what am I going to do with Myanmar, because I cannot let the European coalition enter the territories of Myanmar, because it is between me, Thailand and India. So this we cannot let it happen. Another issue is that by now, by day 40, my holidays from work, my days off from work are over. So I cannot continue spending like 12-13 hours on screen each day. And this is going to be a problem for me because of the way I play. So I decided to start my Middle Eastern campaign right away, as long as I can continue to attack them and make them split their forces. At this stage of the game, I think the Europeans are considering how they're going to attack me in Africa, and I assume that they're amassing forces to make a big move. So I don't feel threatened in Africa. I think I have the time to open the new front in the Middle East, and this is what I'm doing. And since the Europeans seem to come closer to our homeland territories, I constructed in Australia a hospital, and I'm upgrading it in order for me to be able to heal my bombers and my fighters while I'm offline, since I have to work from now on, so I cannot spend all those hours in the game. Back to the Middle East, Ukraine had radar on the borders with India. I'm taking advantage of the fact that India is not at war with any of the members of the European coalition, and in a way I try to provoke them to start a war with him. Maybe he gets mobilized or scared, India my friend, and start taking part in the war. Anyway, I use his airfields to attack the Middle East and capture territory and strategic resources from various cities there. And Ukraine seems, although he's an inexperienced player, he seems to be the only player that built some anti-air, and this makes our life a bit difficult, because we have to be very careful on our attacks, and we have to be careful how we scout the whole, let's say, area of the Middle East. And our ally India accepted to start attacking Ukraine, and as you can see, he has cruise missiles and he's using them at last. And we have split up the missions. I'm identifying targets. I give him targets and he uses his cruise missiles to take out the air defenses. And this, as you will see, worked fine and nicely at last, I say again. With all those cruise missiles, the Indian cruise missiles flying around in the Middle East, Ukraine brought a fighter. He doesn't stand a chance against our fighters. They are upgraded and they are in better shape, let's say. We're more experienced, so we destroy his fighter as well, and the campaign in the Middle East continues. But This is all we have time for, guys, for this episode. I will catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.